Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, wow, I should really be further ahead by now? If you're trying to land a top job offer, start your career, or pivot into a more rewarding job, but you feel overwhelmed, you're not alone. Every day you see your classmates and other people succeeding and you wonder, why am I not succeeding? Why am I not having that same success? Or maybe you know the steps you're supposed to take, but you have too much else going on and you need structure. You want to do something you love and make good money, but you feel stuck, bored, confused, or maybe all three. I had the exact same issue. I've been ghosted on over 500 job applications and rejected on over 100 interviews in my lifetime. It wasn't until I got a dedicated mentor that was already making $400,000 a year to teach me how to play the recruiting game at the highest levels. He showed me the ropes and gave me the direction of where to focus. After applying what I learned from him, I not only landed an investment banking role in New York at Rothschild during a recession, I was also able to make the pivot to the buy side to a $3 billion private equity fund before going to Wharton for my MBA. Now, my mission and the mission of WSO is to repay the favor. I want to show you the ropes exactly as that mentor did for me. And as a person with the largest community focus on top finance careers and consulting in the world, with over 1 million registered members and having personally placed over 1,000 candidates in top roles, I can tell you exactly what to do. You can start your own path to these high-paying jobs with all the things I didn't know when I started my own career journey. Imagine if landing one of these jobs was as easy as playing a video game with step-by-step instructions, one-on-one mentorship, live boot camps, real-time leaderboards, and new friends to make it fun. If all of that were true, would you at least be interested? And you might be wondering, well, what exactly is WSO Academy? How does it work? Do you need to be at a top school or have a high GPA to get accepted? Is this for undergrads, master's students, career changers? Is this a global program or only for the US? Most of all, what is this guarantee all about? All great questions. Let me break it down for you. WSO Academy is a program that guarantees you a top job offer in high finance or consulting or your money back. It starts with an intense 12-week sprint to help develop your skills needed to become more competitive. You can think of us as a career center on steroids, major steroids. So how do we do this and actually not go bankrupt with this guarantee? So it's easy. We use our 10 pillars and hold you accountable. You don't even need to know exactly what industry you're targeting: investment banking, private equity, hedge funds, consulting, equity research, asset management, sales and trading, quants, corporate finance. We'll show you step by step exactly how to break into each of these 100K careers. If that sounds insanely simple, that's because it is. For example, Connor, a sophomore at Texas A&M, landed a summer analyst role at Lazard, one of the most competitive elite boutiques, making over $14K a month. This is almost unheard of from a non-target school. Or Jacob, who went from not being really sure what he wanted to do at Case Western to landing a role at Morgan Stanley, one of the best bulge bracket firms in the world. Then we have Julia from ESSEC. She started working with us when she was only 18 years old, broke straight into private equity, which is even harder to pull off. Even students from top schools like Derek from Princeton see the insane value of our program. He was starting late and needed a visa, but still ended up snagging a role at Centerview with our help. Or Ralph from Oxford, who leveraged our resources and mentor network to break straight into private equity. Then there's Brian, who aced his case interviews and landed a role at BCG. Or Kate, who was a Wharton MBA who decided to use us to secure a top $200,000 offer at Goldman. You can become one of these success stories. Over 88% of our students land a top role paying over 6 figures within 180 days of finishing the program. That means by your first reunion, instead of answering, what are you up to these days? You could be answering, how'd you do that? And can you help me? And the thing is, you probably could after going through the academy. For those of you who want more out of life, this program will show you how to get into these roles in the least amount of time. You can literally land an elite career with no risk except your time. It requires no background in consulting, finance, or accounting. If you are motivated and ready to network and practice your interview skills, you can pave your path to these careers. You don't need to be an expert or go to a top school. You just need the motivation and about 10 hours a week to leverage our experts and all the resources we provide you. Interested yet? Good, because WSO Academy was designed to smash through every single obstacle that once stood in the way of breaking into a top career. It's why we have such an insanely high success rate. We've obsessed for over 20 years about removing everything that stops people from succeeding. And that's why with WSO Academy, you can succeed without any previous knowledge. Let's face it, most people don't have the skills or knowledge to land these elite careers. Inside WSO Academy, only 40% of our majors are accounting or finance, and a whopping 60% are from non-target schools, with literally limited to no on-campus recruiting and limited to no connections when they start with us. Everything you need is already built into the program. Wondering how to network? Don't worry, we've made it easy to build relationships with professionals in the industry. Just like Alice did when she landed 150 coffee chats her freshman year. If you apply now, you'll follow our process, build a brand for yourself, network like a pro, and ace your interviews. And when you land a lucrative role making over 6 figures, you can join me on the pod to share your story with our millions of listeners. Even if you don't land the role within the 12-week sprint, you get to keep access to every office hour, every boot camp, and direct access to all of our 2,000 plus mentors in our network for a full 24 months. Oh, and you also get the full WSO course library and the entire Slack community for life, including all the alumni and past all-stars that have already made it. Worst case scenario, you take a zero risk move and change your life forever. You try your best, put in the hours, and still don't break into an elite role. Instead, you end up closer to a role paying you $80,000. You get a full refund of your tuition with us and come out of the program with more practical knowledge than your expensive degree provided you. Next best case, you join, do nothing, decide to quit, and walk away with thousands of dollars worth of knowledge. Remember, the only guarantee is that if you don't take the shot, you'll stay exactly where you are. But if you do, you could be the next one sharing your success story with the community, celebrating how quickly you were able to accelerate your progress and completely change the trajectory of your life. So you in? Click the button below to apply now. If you join the next cohort, I'll personally see you in the next Friday's office hours. Sign up and I'll see you on the inside where you can ask me whatever you want in those sessions. I'm going to say this one more time because it's important. Over 88% of our students land a lucrative 6-figure role within 180 days of completing the program. You really can do this. Click the button, take 2 minutes to apply so you can start writing your own story. Good luck.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to do finance.
So I started my undergrad back in China, liberal art major.
There was a point of time where I was not getting interviews, not landing any leads, nothing whatsoever.
I thought, I hop on a coffee chat every now and then. I was like, I'm networking. I definitely wasn't efficient with how I was doing that during my freshman year. So I was like, I wasn't networking at all.
Applications were just getting rejected at the first possible opportunity.
I found Wall Street Oasis. Working with all these mentors, it helped me tremendously.
Within, I think, 2 months, get my resume in line, get me the mocks done, and get my technicals in line so I could pass that interview.
I learned to pivot and use the stories differently.
I got into the academy. I got the resume, the networking templates. From there, I got kind of a boost. I knew exactly what I was doing.
The biggest thing was just giving me kind of a detailed plan on what to do when and how to approach those different things, and that really gave me a framework.
Always jumped on call with mentors, did everything step by step that the academy required, and I think that's why I landed what I landed today.
The second half of my applications were way better than the ones I submitted in the first half. I saw a lot of progress there.
Being able to talk to professionals in the industry who knew what options were out there, having those resources, very concentrated strategy, capitalize on the very short amount of time I had, helped me land the chats and really helped me get the interviews that I was looking for.
This program gets to add experience, knowledge, networking help.
And my CV was 3%. Doing the changes, it got to 98%.
No, the mentors were incredible. It was literally within seconds. I put a question and 3 seconds later I get 3 pings.
And I was actually fortunate enough to get one of the first offers for an investment banking co-op period at Northeastern. And I think a lot of that was entirely to the academy.
I ended up getting my offer on my second round of interviews.
Yeah, so I'll be joining Blackstone Real Estate in 2025 as a full-time analyst.
I got an offer from Barclays, Hong Kong IBD, and also from UBS.
I'm going to be at Jefferies.
I'm going to Barclays next summer, which I'm pumped for. Next summer, I will be a summer analyst at Lazard.
I was able to then accept that Blackstone offer.
Julian Loki in the New York office.
And I got the Green Hill offer.
At FTI in New York.
2 offers from Wells.
TD Cowen.
Morgan Stanley.
DA Davidson.
Mackenzie Investments.
Elite Boutique here in Brazil.
A full-time role at Istihar.
London-based real estate private equity firm.
Bank of America.
Nomura, I got the offer.
Goldman, CKPMG.
Deutsche Bank.
Morgan Stanley.
Wells Fargo.
PCB Partners.
Evercore.
Try to be like a sponge and just soak everything in because you think you know better, but honestly, in the beginning, you really don't.